How did Tesla go from being the automotive industry's favorite punching bag to having those same rivals lining up to save their own skins by including Tesla designs in their new vehicles, while also bringing Elon Musk billions in new revenue? Tesla just pulled off a covert power move that completely disrupted the EV market, and we're going to explain how they did it. General Motors, the biggest automaker in North America, announced that all of its future electric vehicles will use Tesla's exclusive EV charging port. This announcement came precisely 2 weeks after Ford made history by becoming the first legacy automaker to do the same thing. This move will see the vast majority of North American EVs move away from the combined charging system, or CCS plug, which have been widely adopted as the worldwide standard for electric vehicles. It is not something that anyone would have expected to happen right now, seeing the two largest US automakers simultaneously give up and fall in line with Tesla's direction. Up until recently, all non-Tesla EVs sold in the US had to have CCS plugs because they are required on all EVs sold in the European Union. The modification occurs only 6 months after Tesla unexpectedly chose to christen their own connection system as the North American Charging Standard, or NACS. Tesla first extended the offer to other manufacturers who might want to adopt the Tesla standard in a blog post that claimed their NACS vehicles outnumbered CCS 2-to-1 on North American roads and stated that the Tesla charging system is half the size and twice the power of CCS. Tesla wrote, "In pursuit of our mission to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy, today, we are opening our EV connector design to the world." The agreement that Tesla has with General Motors is almost identical to the one that was previously negotiated with Ford. While GM plans to have all new vehicles made to use Tesla's NACS by default, Tesla will be providing GM with their software API, allowing GM's vehicles and mobile app users to search for nearby Tesla Superchargers, as well as other charging locations. Tesla will be providing GM with their software API, just like with Ford, allowing GM to have immediate access to Tesla's North American network of over 12,000 Supercharger locations. Tesla's plans for charging infrastructure are only now beginning to bear fruit, but they are also sowing similar seeds in other fields, such as the development of AI that could one day change the world. There are millions of Tesla robots that are altering how we live and work, for better or worse, but can the rest of the world keep up with them? Aside from Tesla, the largest companies in the world, including 7 mass tech companies, are experiencing zero or negative growth and cutting thousands of jobs. The issues that plagued CCS charging and eventually led to its downfall in North America are a fairly perfect illustration of the legacy auto industry's reluctant struggle to take electric vehicles seriously, and it exposes one significant blind spot in the traditional automotive business model. For the past 100 years, automakers have been largely detached from the idea of customer satisfaction. They just really didn't need to care that much because a company like GM doesn't sell cars to consumers, they sell cars to dealerships, and anything that happens after the customer drives it off the lot is between them and the dealer. From time to time, the automaker will screw something up so badly that they need to initiate a recall. But again, that's largely up to the dealership to figure out, and since every car company was in on the scam, we ended up with this marketplace where all cars sucked more or less equally, and we just kind of had to pick our poison, except maybe Toyota. But let's be real, Toyotas are kind of boring, so when it came time for the establishment to make their cars electric, it's no surprise that they just stuck on the most basic charging connector they could find and left the customer to figure it out from there. This came in the form of the G1772 plug, which was an AC-only charging connector that could supply 120 volts from a standard wall plug or 240 volts from a specially upgraded connection. Best case scenario, it would take like 8 hours to fully recharge a car. But again, that wasn't the automaker's problem. While this was going on, Tesla entered the market with a groundbreaking model that allowed them to sell directly to customers without the use of any middlemen or salespeople at all. Tesla actually wanted people to enjoy owning and operating their vehicles, so in addition to creating the first Model S, they were also creating the charging infrastructure that would work best with it. Elon Musk understood that making the charging process quick, affordable, and convenient would be necessary for an electric vehicle to compete in the market and succeed. So the Tesla Supercharger and connector system was created with the goal of offering the best possible user experience. When the rest of the auto industry learned that people actually wanted their cars to recharge quickly, they decided to simply stick DC connectors onto what they were already doing and hope that someone out there would build the charging stations to make it work again, as it was not their problem. Superchargers offered DC fast charging that could fill the battery of a Model S in 75 minutes or reach 50 state of charge in just 20 minutes. It should really come as no surprise that the design has advanced since the CCS was created with its enormous, cumbersome bug. It's just a combination of the old design with a fast-charging upgrade tacked on at the bottom. Even if Tesla doesn't receive compensation for sharing the design, it's still their product that's being used as the standard, and just opening up their network stands to make them money. Sleek, efficient, high-powered, and abundant Tesla charging system won out over the ragged patchwork that CACs would inevitably become. The benefits to Tesla are obvious. Just like a petrol station, they take a cut of all the energy consumers purchase through the Supercharger, so more Supercharger users equals more money. Early estimates indicate that this goes far beyond simply charging for services. Other manufacturers than just automakers are also quickly adopting the new Tesla standard. On June 10th, EV hardware and software maker Everchange announced that they would be implementing the NACS across their entire network in a similar move. The Tesla standard has been adopted by both Xcharge and Blink charging across their networks. These are just a few of the well-known brands. Xcharge, for example, operates charging services across the US and has more than 40,000 stations spread across 25 countries. Other charging networks adopting their connector design just increased the number of available charging stations for current and future Tesla owners, and it didn't cost Tesla a dime. But with this avalanche of success, inevitable adoption of the NACS is only a matter of time. Many smaller charging companies are reaching out to sign up for Tesla's NACS, and it's these companies that, while not having as much political weight as GM or Ford, really show that it's only a matter of time until the NACS. The larger companies like Electrify America pose a bit of a problem because they already have multi-million-dollar agreements in place with manufacturers who use the CCS standard, as well as some less popular options like the CHAdeMO and G1772 adapter types. The first is that not all competitors are lining up to adapt their superior tech. Actually, a Volkswagen subsidiary, Electrify America, has agreements in place with Harley-Davidson. In addition, Electrify America Diversified installed their charging terminals early in locations like mall parking lots and secured agreements with businesses like Walmart and Target to place their stations there as well. All of this infrastructure was built using CCS charging hardware, so attempting to convert all of that existing infrastructure to NACS would be a major undertaking. Tesla and its Supercharger network is direct competition, and Electrify America may not run as many charge stations, but they have the benefit of being in bed with a lot of powerful companies, and they could choose to fight Tesla on this takeover of the charging scene. The other major roadblock is the notoriously slow speed of government adoption of new technology. In response to the overwhelming support of the NACS over the past 2 weeks, the White House responded with a statement that basically said the government will not be changing their rules on requiring CCS compatibility to qualify for the new infrastructure tied to the Inflation Reduction Act, and that is disappointing for sure. But the administration does have a good point as well. There are a lot of CCS-equipped vehicles already in circulation. It would kind of defeat the purpose of creating a new nationwide infrastructure for electric vehicles that excludes over a third of the current users. Besides, Tesla already has the magic dock adapters that let CCS vehicles use their charging stations. So this isn't really a blocker for NACS adoption by the industry, just a setback for changing the standard at least for the next half-decade or so. Regardless, this is a gigantic win for Tesla, who have managed to all but kill the old charging standard in the space of about 2 weeks, while putting them squarely on the throne. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up today if you liked it. That is so important for getting our content out to more people. If you enjoy the content, then you probably like our content. Make sure to hit that like, and thank you so much. You enable us to produce the best content possible, and we sincerely appreciate your support.